Efrosini Adamides here. If you're tuning in and you're on the presentation, welcome back. If this is the first time you're tuning in, welcome to you. So guys, I'm very, very excited in order to have someone. It's an amazing individual that is very much leading by example right now as a special guest on our webinar, and I'm going to pass it to him in a few minutes. But what I want to do firstly is I want to take a moment and I want to congratulate all of you guys that over the last few weeks, you've been testing out the new website, the new shop, you've been giving feedback to the company. A lot of changes are being made on a daily basis right now. And I believe over the next couple of weeks, we will be able to take the EU website to fully live, because right now you've probably seen we have the new e-shop, but we also have the old shop as well. And we'll continue to have both until we get to the point where we iron everything out in the new e-website. Now, a couple of announcements to make to you guys so you know. Anybody that is a Club Secret Plus member and you placed an order in the last couple of months on the EU site, and you paid for shipping, you will get an email over the next few days to let you know that the cost of the shipping that you paid will be refunded to you either in cash or in product credit. So stay tuned for that one. Keep an eye out. It does pay to be a Club Secret Plus member. I know we've also had a couple of people that had some challenges with the coupons. The company is well aware of it. So that's going to be getting fixed as well. And this is one of the things I want to highlight, guys, is no company is ever going to be perfect. If the company is perfect, it means you missed the opportunity, because the more perfect the company is, it means that the more the company has moved from growth into stability phase. Okay, so the bumps in the road sometimes means that the company is in a growing phase. So you're at the right place at the right time. So just have some patience with it. We've launched many exciting things over the last few months. And it's always great to see that our company is always investing in making our proposition bigger, better, faster, and crazy value. And, you know, there's always the categories of people that are waiting for things to be perfect before they engage. And there's a category of people that says, you know what? I'm going to run anyway. I'm going to run and I'm going to lead by example. And this is one individual that is really doing that right now. This is someone that I've had the pleasure of knowing for many years. And over the last couple of years, we've been working a lot more closely together. One thing that I really do respect is his level of resilience, his level of, I want to say, persistence, his level of focus. And right now in Europe, he's leading the way in terms of personal production, doing more presentations every single day than anybody that I know right now. He's just enrolled his 7th or 8th personal in the last few days. He's #1 on the billboard. There's still a week left of September. And I'm excited to congratulate this individual. And I know that he's literally just getting warmed up. So Gabor, buddy, over to you.
Hey, Efrosini, how are you? Hi, guys. How you doing? It's great to be here. Yeah, I mean, things going very well right now, but the only reason they're going very well because people are really looking for something to change their life at this moment. So basically, I really start to focus on personal production a few months ago. In June, I really started to get into the enrolling mode and start to get people into the business. I start to put my personal production in a higher level. And in June, July, August, I already sponsored around about 12 people. But in September, in the last 3 weeks, I personally sponsored 7 persons. The only reason I haven't done anything else than I did before, the summer season is over, you know, I mean, the school season is started, and this is the time when most people are looking for an opportunity, and they start to look for a new business, start looking for something, you know, what they can do besides their job or their business. Now, especially these days, I mean, right now, we are in the biggest recession in our lifetime. I mean, in Hungary, the Hungarian currency lost its value compared to the euros, 50% of its value compared to the euros in the last over a year and a half. So, and salary, I mean, the prices of everything skyrocketed, but the salaries are really didn't follow that. So basically, everybody is in a rough, tough financial situation right now. In every level, you know, everybody, you know, need to tighten up a little bit because life became much more expensive. So this is the time when I started network marketing 12 years ago. That was the time when it was the big 11, 12 years ago, when it was a big European financial crisis, in the 2012 financial crisis, when the euro went almost bankrupt. And that's when I started network marketing. And this is a deja vu feeling. What I have right now is just what I saw back then. It was so many people were looking for an opportunity, and they were looking for a business, and so many people were open-minded. And right now, this is the same, very similar situation, but I believe it's even worse, because 2024, a lot of people think we're going to come out of this recession. No, it's going to be even worse in 2024. And bigger is the recession, or tougher the times are, network marketing are thriving in these days, you know, in these times, because everybody is looking for an opportunity, and so many people who lost their businesses, they're looking for some sort of a different opportunity. And these days, they look for network marketing through a different glass than they did before, when they had a thriving business and they didn't really care about network marketing. And they see now network marketers are thriving with their industry. So many people are much more interested. So basically what I do right now is, I mean, everybody's in my orbit know what I do. I mean, I have no people around my friends or in my, you know, in my peers. Everybody knows I'm a network marketer. So if I call someone, they know I'm probably calling about the business or something else. So basically right now, I mean, for a long time, I'm using social media as a recruiting tool. And also using our products as well, because, you know, we came from travel, and my main focus is, besides I love all the products, but my main focus is traveling, because that's my personal favorite. And right now we have something in our hand with the getaways, which is a super amazing thing. And this is something what we can really get people into the business. So basically, a few months ago, I came up with the idea, and I wanted to create a team trips through the getaway program. And basically, we created 2 trips for the next few months. One is going to be in the beginning of December, from the 2nd of December till the 9th of December. From Barcelona, we're going on a cruise. It's going to be like over 40 people going to be on a cruise from our team. So it's going to be a great time. We go to amazing cities all over in the Mediterranean. So I'm using that cruise, because we have still plenty of rooms for that cruise, as a recruiting tool. You know, I'm showing to my prospects this trip, and tell them how much they can go on this trip if they join me. It's super simple. And you know, if they do a simple math, they know how much money they've saved, even if they buy let's say a preview pack, and they still save over €1,000 on that trip, you know. So a lot of people into that. And also we're doing another trip in February. We're going to go in end of January, we go to Miami for a few days, and we go to Orlando for another few days, and we're going to go on to the cruise afterwards. So it's going to be like a 15-day trip, and it's already, I believe it's like 50 something, maybe close to 60 people from my trip already booked that cruise. So it's also amazing recruiting tool, so basically that's what we are telling everybody, what I mean. And also when everybody I get anybody I get together on social media, basically I'm leading with travel, but so many people, because I have a lot of followers. I have a travel site. I have a lot of followers there. And basically, I've been running that site for many years. So basically, this is a clue for a lot of you. If you started traveling on the social media, Facebook and Instagram, you can build a travel site or a product site where you can show your products, show your traveling and stuff like that. And if you just post, because I do a lot of posts on my travel site, and if you make your post viral, and if you have a good message, a lot of people are going to contact you. It's unbelievable how it works. You have to put in the time and the work, because it's a lot of background work you got to do while you're doing this. But if you're consistent, if you keep doing it, all of a sudden people are going to turn up, and people wants to know what are you doing. So basically right now I talk to like between 8 to 12 people a day on a phone or in messenger or some sorts of a way. And also I'm contacting at least 15 new people a day, every single day. And that's what I've been doing for a quiet while now. And right now, it's start to paying out, because people are coming, and I have a lot of people in the pipeline right now. So I really want to lead the way, and I really want to show you guys anybody can do that. This is not that right now. I would say, I'm not saying it's easy, but it's very simple, because so many people looking for something. And if you can take enough value to the marketplace, they're going to see us and they're going to contact us, so. And from that point, you just need to know how to talk to them. And that's why you need to be on Grace next weekend, because we're going to have two amazing trainers, Carrie and Eric. Well, now we know Zibowski. That's how they call him in Poland. That's the Polish version of the Grzybowski name. And Eric is full of energy. He's amazing training. And if you want to know how to talk to people, what to tell them, when you talk to them, that you got to be in Greece. And also we're going to have amazing time there. We're going to have great food, great parties, and great weather. So just be there if you can be, because it's going to be amazing and it can change your life. That's it, everything, I believe. So if you have anything else you want me to tell you guys right now, that's what came into my mind.
Yeah, so look, firstly, thank you for that, Gabor. I think what I would love to for you to share a little bit, because sometimes people see the work on the back end, but they don't see the work on the front end. And you said something about, in June you made a decision basically, and you got to work, and people are seeing now in September, oh, he's on the billboard, he just came out of nowhere, what happened? So talk a little bit about that in terms of the activity that you're going through. What are things that you're doing in terms of, just break down the numbers for people a little bit.
Yeah, okay. So my numbers are probably different, because I'm working with strangers, So first of all, it's total strangers. Everybody, I'm prospecting total strangers. So first of all, I get to know them. So once I get into a conversation mode with them on Messenger, usually first I'm chatting with people. That's the first thing with what I do. So once I get into a chatting mode, my main focus is to get this online relationship to offline as soon as possible. So basically, in a way, I'm kind of very aggressive, because once I talk to someone and they like my video, because I always thank people if they like my stuff. I always follow up people, every single person who like my stuff, anything, I just write them a message and I thank them to watch my video and like my video wherever. And a lot of people loves that, They really loves that if, they get a message from someone who was on a video and they like their video. You know what I mean? This is so simple. You know what I mean? And it's just people are, I don't know why people are lazy or whatever, but if you take your time, you know what I mean, and you just keep contacting people, especially the ones already like your stuff, sooner or later you get into a conversation with them. And once you do that, I ask them, you know, what did they like best about my little message, what was on the video, and they tell me what did they like best, you know what I mean. And once from there, I just tell them briefly what I do, you know what I mean. I really didn't tell them anything, you know what I mean. I just you know what I mean, just give them a hint, you know what I mean. So make them curious, you know. So they became curious because I tell them I'm a member of a lifestyle club and I travel all around the world. And by the way, that's what I do for a living for more than 10 years, more than almost 10 years now. If you want to know more, let's talk. Where you want to talk to me? You want to talk on a phone, or you want to use Messenger? And what time it would be great for you? So I immediately try to set up a time. You know what I mean? A lot of people, you know, they respond, okay, let's talk, you know. And from that point, we just need to set up the time and change the phone numbers. I usually want to get on them on the phone first, you know, and we get on the phone and, you know, we just start to chatting, you know, and basically I let them talk in the beginning. I mean, you guys know I can talk a lot, you know, but in this case, I just let them talk. And because usually these little first conversations are 15 minutes conversations in the beginning, 10 minutes, it all depends, but way less than a half an hour, around 15 minutes. So we have this chat for 15 minutes. I want to get to know them. I want to know what they want. They want to just travel, or they're looking for something. What do they do for a living? You know what I mean? And
Cool.
it just
Let me just pause you for a second, because you gave so many golden nuggets in such a short period of time. I want to make sure people don't miss it.
okay, then cool. All right.
Because there was a lot of information in a very short period of time. So I want to break it down. One thing that Gabor said at the beginning is curiosity. So he didn't go straight into the pitch in terms of like, hey, this is what I do, and let me show you, da da da. Because sometimes a lot of people, someone says to them, what do you do? And we're going to presenting mode rather than just give them a little teaser. So he said, you know, over the last few years, I've been expanding a lifestyle community. That's a teaser, guys. It gives them a little teaser, and most people are going to go, well, what does that look like? So I want to highlight that when you're inviting people, curiosity is your biggest weapon. Don't confuse the invitation with the presentation. He gives them a little teaser. He creates them curious. That becomes part of the invite. Then you invite them to a presentation, right?
Absolutely. I mean, I don't tell them anything until I can show them everything, you know. I mean, this is the number one rule. I mean, a lot of people, you know, because sometimes, you know, when I talk on my videos or I have my, you know, posts, whatever, if someone like, you know, the smart ones, you know, they know it's gonna be some sort of a network marketing thing, you know what I mean? And but that's cool. But they writing me a message, okay, give me some written information. You know, I never give them written information, even if they get upset. Some of them get upset. It says, listen, if you don't give me, I don't care. I said, okay, cool. So you're not, I always tell them, listen, I'm looking for people who really want to talk to me first, you know, because I really want to get this to the offline version, because that's where you want to do, you know, nobody's going to join somebody on a chat. They're going to join a person. So basically, I want to build rapport. That's my goal. You know what I mean? I want to build rapport. So you know what I mean? Because they're only gonna join someone if they know they like it, they trust that person. So basically, in the first conversation, we just get to know each other. And basically, when we had this little chit chat, I let them talk, because I always thought back in the day, gonna be interesting for people if I tell them a lot of cool stories, you know. So I was always talking to them, you know, and they were sitting down, I was telling them my stories, you know, and they were there sitting, you know what I mean, and they were listening my hilarious stories. And I thought I'm super interesting, but I realized, no, that's totally wrong. You gotta be interested about the person who's sitting there next to you, because if you are interested about them, they're gonna think you are a very interesting person, just because you were interested about them. So if I'm really, because people don't really care about each other. And if I have a conversation with someone and that person sincerely feel it, I'm honestly listening to them, you know what I mean? That breaks down a lot of barriers. And they're gonna open everything, you know what I mean? Because I'm already honest to them. So, you know, this can change so many things, you know. So anyway, once we had this little conversation, we get to know each other. Usually how I work, because it worked for me, you know, this technique is worked for me. I'm using videos. I'm using recorded webinar presentations. I use my own recorded webinar presentation. It's 28 minutes, so it's short and it's got everything in there. So basically my invitation goes like that. I tell them, listen, we are living far away from each other, but let's do this. I have a webinar presentation, which is only 28 minutes, and it's very professional. You will know everything about what I do from this presentation. If I send you this 28 minutes presentation, would you watch it? And once I had that question, I pause, because this is a closing question, you know? So he's either way, he's gonna say yes or no, or she or he's gonna say yes or no. Usually they say yes because they are already super curious by the time we get to this point, you know. I already know they're gonna say yes, you know. It never happened. No one ever said no when we get to this point, you know. And my second question is, when could you watch it? When can you watch it? And that's it. And you know, I shut up again because it's the second closing question. So he's gonna think of the time, you know, they're thinking of the time, they're gonna tell me the time, you know. I'm not giving them the time. They give me the time. They're going to choose the time. Okay, so they give me a time, let's say 6 o'clock in the afternoon, or next day 6 o'clock in the afternoon. And I tell them, okay, so when can I call you once to talk to you again when you watch it for sure, you know? So they will give me the time. So they already gave me 3 yeses. Okay. And the next one, I even asked them, what would be the best for you? Talk on the phone, or let's do a Zoom, or you want to do WhatsApp? Because, you know, everybody have different choices of communication. They even give me that, what would be the best, you know? And after that, I just tell them, okay, cool. So listen, I'm going to send you a video and I'll call you 7 o'clock on WhatsApp. Take care, have a good one, and hang up the phone. Pretty much that's it, you know what I mean? That's what I do. So basically, they need to give me 4 yeses before I hang up the phone. Because a lot of times, you know, when you ask someone to watch a video or do something and they say yes, 1 yes is not yes. It needs to be more yeses to confirm. And once you do that, it's very rare someone's not watching the video. It's very rare, you know. Most of the time, most people watch the video, and I have a chance to talk to them afterwards, you know. So pretty much it. So basically, the most important rule afterwards, just call them when you promise going to call them. That's it. And I just called them, and basically my first question is, okay, cool. So did you watch the video? What did you like best? And basically I just closed them. And after the 3rd or the 4th call, because, you know, everybody need like 4 to 6, how you say, touch before they can make a good and intelligent decision. But while I'm doing this process, I have so many people are undecided, or they said not right now, whatever. So right now I'm building a huge list of people, because way more people say no, or way more people say not now at the moment. So right now I'm having a large list of people. Keep following up. So pretty much this is my little personal system what I run now.
So I wanted to break it down a couple more times, if I may, Gabor.
Okay, cool. But of course, I'm all over the place, I know.
Is the creating a curiosity. Number 2 is when you're doing the presentation, connecting with them first. This is very, very key, guys. So I know, Gabor, you mentioned about working a lot with strangers because you've been in this industry for so many years. But guys, these principles has got nothing to do whether you're speaking to new people or people that are close to you.
Absolutely.
Spend time to listen to people to find out what their pain is, then Secret becomes the vehicle to cure the pain. So that's very, very key. Like what you said, you just, become interested instead of interesting. Stop being the entertaining one and start being entertained by them and give them the opportunity to share. So the other thing I want to say, obviously, I know that you've got your own videos and stuff like that. You've been around the block a few times, Gabor, but I do want to highlight to everybody, you don't need to go create a video. Gabor's been doing this for years. We have already proven videos that people can use. So it's a matter of getting used to pointing people to the tools. But you said something with them, and I want to make sure people don't miss this as well, Gabor. You said if they're in far away place where you can't meet them. And I want to highlight this to people because too many people sometimes are sending the video to people they can drive to. And if you can drive to them, you get into the living room, you should not be sending them a video, guys. There's nothing more powerful than meeting face to face, exchanging energies, and also demoing the products.
Absolutely. Frosini, I mean, even if I connect them through the internet on Facebook, and if they live in Budapest or in this county, you know what I mean? My main goal to meet them as soon as we can meet, I mean, even if someone, I mean, it worked for me to send them the video, and if they like the video, let's meet, and sit down. But this is the thing, I mean, I learned this a long time. You got to get out of your comfort zone, because wider your comfort zone, wider your wealth zone, you know what I mean? So this is something really need to working on, and I really enjoy the build the business now, because once you talk to a lot of people and you are in so many conversations with so many people, it's give you such a big self-confidence to build a business, and people feels this. And the most important thing, because I have so many prospects at the moment, I tell them no way before they can tell me no, and that's freak them out. I just tell them, listen, this is not your thing right now. I don't think so. I don't think so. We could work together right now. This is not your time. But listen, read this book, read Napoleon Hill, Think and Go Rich. And once you read that, let's talk again. And this is something like, because in network marketing, people are used to this needy mode, and I'm just total the opposite, and it works. It's a cool psychology.
Well, it's the place of abundance, because, we always say that the bigger the list, the stronger the posture. If you got 10 people on your list and 6 of them have already said no, you become so needy that the last 4 run away, even if they want to join. So what you said, Gabor, and I see it, guys, I'm sure you guys see it too. There's an energy in Gabor's eyes right now. Like his smile is from ear to ear right now. Right? Because that energy comes from the more you're in action mode, the more that your vibration elevates and you start becoming a magnet to things. And that's why we always say that when you're in fast action, you attract people that want to move fast. If you're taking slow action, you attract people that want to go slow. The speed of the team is determined by the speed of the leader. And, that's why I'm so proud of you, Gabor. You're really, really paving the way right now, not just in Hungary, but in a lot of Europe. So I want to thank you for taking some time out and jumping on this call as well. I look forward to seeing you in Athens in just a few days. And guys, speaking of Athens, I've got one more announcement before we finish this off. We have another special guest that is also decided last minute, because he really missed us, that he wants to come to Athens and hang out. And that is the #1 income earner in all of Secret, Crown Royale, Jesse McPherson. is taking time away from being a new dad over the last few months. He's got a 3-month-old baby, but he's decided he's been away from Europe for way too long. We haven't seen him since Venice. So he's also going to be joining us in Athens. So even though you booked the training to see Eric Grisberski and Carrie Schneider, you're now going to get a third trainer as a bonus. So if you haven't bought your ticket yet, go to your back office, secretivedirectevents.com, click book and get registered. You got literally a few more days left. Make a few more calls, see who else you're going to get there to come with you. Gabor, thank you for your time, buddy. And guys, thank you for tuning in. See you in Athens.